Hi, I'm Suzanne DeWitt and I'm the author of the Rumplepimple books, and I'm one of Rumplepimple's two moms, but I'm the one who takes his stories, things that happen to him, and turn them into books like this. This was the first one, and today we are reading the second Rumplepimple adventure called Rumplepimple Goes to Jail. So you can find out how and why he went to jail. So here we go. It's only 2 weeks into summer, and I'm already bored. The season always starts out sounding great, with the moms talking about going to the beach and taking road trips. But so far, the most exciting thing they've done is slide the glass up on the screen door. Not very exciting. Chicken isn't helping. The heat makes her grumpy. Chicken is his sister, who is a cat. Thank goodness I have a new friend. His name is Mr. Noodles. He moved in next door with his dad and his human brother. Rumplepimple in this little note says, some people say boys can't wear tutus, but I think they should mind their own biscuits. Mr. Noodles and I hang out together when the moms let me play in the backyard. Can you see all the ways that they're playing? They're looking at worms, they're chasing each other, they're playing ball. And Rumplepimple says he's a pretty good sidekick for a cat. I don't know how long I can stand watching Chicken make goo-goo eyes at Mr. Noodles, though. He's my friend, so why did she have to pick him for a heartthrob? Luckily, Mr. Noodles doesn't seem interested in playing kissy face. One afternoon, I realized something big is going on downtown. I can hear music playing and people talking and laughing, and the air smells delicious, like sausage and popcorn. It must be a party. On that note, he sang, I love popcorn, and the real Rumplepimple does love popcorn. I carry my leash to Momsy, but she just shakes her head no and says, blah, 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 which I think means, you know you always get in trouble at street festivals. See him getting in trouble? Do you see the kinds of things that he's doing? He says, I can't imagine what she's talking about. I heave a huge sigh, hoping they notice my frustration, and I decide I might as well take a nap. But just as I'm about to hop on the couch, Mr. Noodles runs past the door and around the corner of the house. I've never seen him move that fast. I jump up on the door, hoping it will magically come unlatched. Turns out it is magic because I fly right through it, he says. But look at that. Did it come unlatched or did something else happen? Pages are sticking. If Mr. Noodles goes downtown, anything could happen. He could get hit by a car, or chased by that big barking dog around the corner, or even be stolen by a cat burglar. I have to save him. I charge after Mr. Noodles so I can stop him before something bad happens. When I get to the street, he's nowhere to be seen. I have to follow his scent. It isn't hard because Mr. Noodles doesn't like taking baths. Downtown is crazy. There are musicians and dogs and balloons. I don't see Mr. Noodles anywhere. With all the people moving around, it's hard to hold on to his stink trail. I start feeling discouraged. Maybe I'm too late. Just as I'm ready to give up, I see Mr. Noodles dash around a corner heading back toward home. What a relief! I start to follow him when, bam, my legs leave the ground. I'm hoisted up and tucked under a sweaty armpit. Before I can catch my breath, I land in the back seat of a black and white car. Yippee! I love going for rides. I just wish he'd open a window. The guy is pretty nice. He takes me inside a cool building and gives me more treats than my mom's let me have in a week. Then he puts me in a little room with my own drinking fountain. Can you see what that is? Is a drinking fountain? And he says, the water in this place sure tastes funny. I bet it does taste funny. It takes a while for the moms to come and get me, but look how happy they look. I'm glad to see them, but I've been in there a long time. I decide to leave a P-mail for the next dog that visits. Uh-oh, can you see what he's doing? He says, what happens in jail stays in jail. We get in the car, and the moms smother me with kisses before starting in. Blah, 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 Rumplepimple, which I think means, you scared us half to death, Rumplepimple. When we pull in the driveway, I see Mr. Noodles hanging out on our porch, flexing his muscles. Chicken is watching him through the window and making noises like a deranged pigeon. She says, coo, coo, coo. I don't think she even noticed I was gone. I'm glad Mr. Noodles is safe, but I upset my mom's again, and I don't think he appreciated what I tried to do for him. And Chicken, well, you know how big sisters can be. It's good to know that even if no one else understands, I'll always have you. So that is Rumplepimple Goes to Jail. If you would like to follow more about Rumplepimple, he's on Twitter and Facebook, and he always posts all kinds of funny stuff. So you might want to follow him there. So we have Rumplepimple Goes to Jail. We have the original Rumplepimple book. And we have a coloring book, which you can use if you're a little bit bored right now. And would you like to meet the real Rumplepimple? Come here, buddy. Come on. Come on up. Come on up. Good boy. Here's the real Rumplepimple. He wants to look out the window and other places instead of at the screen. But there he is. He's the real Rumplepimple. And he's glad to meet you. So, I hope that you are keeping safe and that you are staying healthy and that you're not going stir crazy in this time that we have to stay inside. But I'm glad that you joined me to read Rumplepimple Goes to Jail. You take care. Bye-bye.